Hey mates, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be talking about Studio Series 86 Scavenger and teaching you how to transform Studio Series 86 Scavenger from robot mode into his vehicle mode. So let's get right into it today. Please go below, hit the like button, share and subscribe. All those things do help me raise awareness for the blind and the visually impaired through the use of Transformers. And the more that you help me with those buttons, the more that I can reach those individuals I'm trying to help more often than not. I appreciate all of you for the help and me acquiring more people for this channel. Couldn't do it without all of you. This has been an awesome thing building, and I appreciate all of you for the support that you've given me through this. And together, we can reach that 10,000 marker by January 23rd. Hell yeah. Let's get into today's video. Alright, so this is Studio Series 86 Scavenger, and he is just a fun little guy. I like him, and I definitely like him a lot more than Combiner Wars Scavenger, that's for sure. So we'll go ahead and remove his gun, put that off to the side, and now let's go ahead and get into the transformation post-haste. First you want to do is reach in front of Scavenger here with your fingernail, and you gotta pull this little panel open that is in his chest. So you just pull his entire chest open like he's about to reach in and grab a matrix. But it ain't a matrix, it's going to be his head. So his head just folds down into that little space, and then that collapses back up. That's pretty easy, right? Yeah. All right, next step is we're going to come over here to his side, his little shoulder thing here, and we're going to raise his shoulder up. And all of this arm assembly is going to be going down, but first come over here to his fist and fold it in. Go to the other side, go to that fist and fold it inwards. There it goes. Nice, nice. Now, with one of these sides of his arms, you're going to have a little bit of a trouble. So be aware that his left side has a folded over cockpit that you need to unclip from the side of the bucket. There's a little bucket tray thing that is his bucket arm sits in. There's a little tab in there on the side that fits into a hole on top of the canopy. So once you get that canopy unmoored from its location, you can then go ahead and pick up everything here. So we're just going to fold this entire shoulder assembly up, and we're going to be scooting the arms down. If they just will scoot down. Come on, scoot. There it goes. Now, the arms will just move down at the shoulder and sit flat so that the top of them and the top of the shoulder are in line. Then we can fold this entire side arm assembly upwards, and that canopy will click into place right where the arm used to be. So now where the arm used to be popping out of the shoulder, there's a canopy popping out of the shoulder, and the arm is just kind of folded on down across the way. And we'll talk about that fun stuff later, but first let's make sure the other side has got its arms all lined up. We're not going to be connecting anything just yet, but we do want to make sure on his arm assembly, the last thing where his hand folds in, you'll find there is a little peg sticking out of one side. So you find where the arm folds in, and then directly next to that, the next side over, has this little tab. And that little tab is going to fit into a little tab spot that's inside, that's against this, the little channel the bucket goes in. So we're not going to click anything just yet. Now we're going to move down here and work on the legs. The first you want to do is close the toes up. And these toes don't like closing up completely, so make sure you double check and discover there's a lie. You heard that last snap? Yeah, that last snap was me learning there's still a little bit of a crease there, and I had to snap it in. You can't have any creases. Like, you have to make sure these guys, the toes are completely closed, or else this next step in the transformation won't really work right. Now we're going to move everything over and around. There's not really much more to do there, so we're just going to rotate his legs up and down. Then we're going to do the same with this guy. We're going to rotate his leg up as if he's trying to kick himself in the face. He won't be able to, but these will nicely compact together across the bottom of him. And now we're going to come over here to the arms. Now that we're done with the legs, we can go ahead and put those arms in those, put the tabs in those tab holes. There we go, there we go. Here we are. Pick up the bucket, and then come over here to his little gun, and we're going to plug his little gun into this little siege port on his back. And the gun's going to kind of act as There it goes. And the way the gun works with this little bit of plastic coming off the side, it feels like it's locked down in place. Like this thing has multiple connection ports. And he's got a little gun on the side of him. And his bucket moves, and it's so much fun. But that's how you transform him. He's not the most difficult of Transformers. I'm going to give this transformation a C+. It's a pretty lackluster transformation, but nothing's wrong with it. It does the transformation right. Nothing falls off, nothing rattles, everything connects together to make something solid, so it gets a C+. I wish it was a more complicated transformation, but I do appreciate this transformation, and I do like it better than I liked Combiner Wars. So tune in next Prime, tomorrow, where we will be discussing this vehicle mode and comparing him to all the other vehicle modes from the Constructicons, and discussing, what are the pros and the cons to this particular vehicle mode. We'll also be comparing him to Scrap Iron from Transformers Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Devastator, to give you an idea of the differences in these two vehicles. Please, tune in next Prime, where we'll discuss all of that. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It has been a blast. All of you out there, have a wonderful day. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.